And yes, the stage is set for Sunetra Pawar to take over as Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister. NCP leaders meet Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis and submit their proposal for Sunetra's elevation. In less than an hour from now, Sunetra Pawar will take oath as the first woman Deputy Chief Minister of the state. All that has gone on very smoothly when it comes to Sunetra Pawar now holding the reins and carving out the future of the Ajit Pawar faction of the NCP, as there was literally no resistance, a formality of sorts that happened at the CLP meet where she was declared the NCP CLP leader. Let me take this to my colleague Vidya, who's been tracking every development. Vidya, she has also put down her resignation. Next is the oath-taking ceremony that is scheduled to take place at 5 p.m. Give us the details of what's happening there.
Well, as of now, the NCP leaders, we am right now at Vidhan Bhavan where the meeting was held. In fact, in an emotional meeting, it could, everyone paid homage to Ajit Pawar, and then immediately the leader of, party was chosen. Unanimously, there are 3 legislators who were not there in this meeting, but they had reasons according to the party leaders because they had some or the other issues, personal issues, because of which they couldn't make it here. However, the rest of them immediately unanimously decided on Sunetra Pawar's name, and that, all of it has been signed by every legislator who was present, and immediately that has now been handed over to the Chief Minister. Now, Chief Minister will be forwarding this list to the Governor of Maharashtra, who will then hold the oath-taking ceremony. Now the NCP leaders are very hopeful that it's all things, the formalities of it would be completed in the next couple of hours, and then the oath-taking ceremony will take place right here at Raj Bhavan, which has been now named as Lok Bhavan.
Oh yes, absolutely. And everything has literally happened so fast. First, the untimely demise of Ajit Pawar in that plane crash, how the news shocked one and all. And literally 48 hours ago, after the cremation occurred and he was finally bid goodbye, then of course the strategy towards how the party should make its next moves, especially in terms of filling the biggest void, that was a difficult decision, but Sunetra Pawar, who was chosen as the natural successor. Vidya, as you continue to share details of what happened inside that party meeting, and you also earlier told us that some of the MLAs who were missing, and of course account of that will happen later, the reasons of why they were missing will also happen at a later point. But for now, stability and clear messaging of unity is what this faction of the NCP wants to project. They don't even want to discuss merger at this point. We heard those sound bites that came in, and it is a clear path of what next.
Well, in fact, when I spoke to Chhagan Bhujbal, who is also a very senior leader in the Ajit Pawar faction, he said that, now that we have elected the leader of the party, she will now decide, what has to be done, whether the merger will take place or not. But, people like Sunil Tatkare, and the member of parliament, when, asked, he categorically said, that's not even our concern right now. Merger is not on the mind of the Ajit Pawar faction, is what he said. So obviously, there are different signals being given out, but at this juncture, yes, it is very clear that the party really wants to first go ahead and ensure and consolidate the fact that whatever it had with Ajit Pawar, that does not, waver out. Remember, at this juncture, getting the portfolios, ensuring that the Deputy Chief Minister's post remains with the Ajit Pawar faction, these are priority for the Ajit Pawar faction. They need to ensure that they stay in the power, be it with Sunetra Pawar. And even now, right now, what the concern of the party is to ensure that the oath-taking ceremony is done at the earliest. The governor, holds this entire at Lok Bhavan immediately in the evening, and then the entire process next after merger. These are the concerns that will probably, as we have been looking at it, it's mainly the Sharad Pawar faction that had leaders of it who have been speaking about it. Although some leaders from the Ajit Pawar faction have also spoken about it on an emotional front. However, they are not really forthcoming about it in the sense that it has to be done immediately. They are sanguine about it. They will do it, as they say, it's not a concern right now. But, they will probably look into these issues later. But as of now, getting this hold of the government, being part of it is of priority to the Ajit Pawar faction.
Oh yes, absolutely. Vidya, do stay on. Let's also bring in Ritvik Bhalekar, who's with us on the broadcast. Ritvik, usually after a victory, the oath-taking ceremony and going into it comes amid much fanfare. But here, it's a somber moment. It was the sudden loss of Ajit Pawar, a difficult time for the party, for his family to accept what really went by. And then, of course, to understand what the next steps would be. His wife, of course, filling in to his shoes, taking the reins of the party. And now rather just about fulfilling what due process is, but also at the same time coming to terms with that loss.
Absolutely. The kind of developments which have taken place in last 48 hours in Maharashtra, it clearly indicates that at one point of time, the mourning of a beloved leader is being, could be seen. But at the same time, there's a race to claim the power. And this race clearly indicates that the two factions of NCP, Ajit Pawar faction and Sharad Pawar faction, both were trying hard to claim their share of power, because the merger story comes in after Sunetra Pawar is projected as the next leader who will taking forward the political legacy of Ajit Pawar by the senior leaders of Ajit Pawar faction and all the MLAs. Within 24 hours, it was decided that they are going to claim the Deputy CM post as well as the heavyweight portfolios which were held by Ajit Pawar, and also the prime position of the party, which is the legislative leader. So Praful Patel, Sunil, Tatkare, Chhagan, Bhujbal, all these senior leaders, they swiftly moved and they met CM Devendra Fadnavis. They explained their demands to him. They got this green signal not just from Devendra Fadnavis but also from the BJP High Command, and then the things got rolling. We saw how in 24 hours Sunetra Pawar, who was in Baramati late night, she also travelled back to Mumbai. Now that she has been elected as the legislative party leader, it is clear that the roads are clear for her to swear in as a deputy CM and replace the post vacated by departed leader Ajit Pawar. Not just that, but the party has also given her all the rights to take a final decision, be it about the legislature or in the party constitution or organization. So yes, it is quite evident that Ajit Pawar faction leaders didn't want to waste any time. A lot of questions unanswered, because everyone is asking why so haste, why it was done at such a at this pace. But at the same time, we also saw Sharad Pawar today morning saying that he was not taking into consideration. They don't know anything about it. This clearly shows the friction between the two factions, and it also raises questions whether the leaders in the Ajit Pawar faction really want to merge the party with Sharad Pawar faction, or maybe BJP is behind the scenes and behind the curtains handling this whole game.
Oh yes, let me also take this to Vidya, who continues to stay with us. Vidya, clearly there were many insecurities as far as the power tussle, as far as keeping the control within their fold was concerned, because it is a broken NCP. It is an ally to the NDA in Maharashtra, with obviously the BJP and the Eknath Shinde Sena with the larger share of the pie. So there were concerns to, if the breakage happens further, then what would be left of this faction? But the party leaders who came very beautifully to say, no, we are together, no, we are united, no, we are stable. And that is why it led to such steps.
In fact, yes, the move was quite swift. If you look at it, though, in fact, if you look at social media, a lot of people are actually criticizing the way, just yesterday the funeral was held, the ashes were, handed over, the rituals were completed, and immediately this coming to Mumbai of Sunetra Pawar, that's being criticized in a way. However, for the party, the concerns are, quite realistically, if you look at it, they need to ensure that they do not lose what they had. And it is of prime importance. And that's one of the reasons why the party had actually split from the NCP Sharad Pawar faction itself in the first place. So to ensure that they are part of the government, to ensure that they have their share of the power, like the way it was with the Ajit Pawar faction, was of prime importance to them. And that's the only reason why this entire, move of the Ajit Pawar faction has been quite swift. They moved immediately. The top leaders met the Chief Minister immediately. We saw Sunetra Pawar reach last night. She reached Mumbai, and immediately they moved for a meeting. The meeting was held. Immediately, the three legislators could not be part of it, but they had their reasons apparently, which has been conveyed to the party leaders, and immediately, unanimously, this decision was taken. So certainly, the party has its good enough reasons, logical reasons to exactly go ahead, even in the times of grief, when the party, Pawar party leaders are still mourning the loss of Ajit Pawar. The party Karyakartas are still, feeling the loss of Ajit Pawar. In the midst of that, this move, though practical in a way, but it does, hurt quite a few. And that's one of the reasons why you do see some kind of a backlash, especially on the social media.
Oh yes, absolutely. But the focus will also be on the internal dynamics next. So what really happens? Is she a leader for namesake, or will she really call the shots? Are they looking at her for an interim period, or is the party really depending on her long term? We'll address all these focus points for the moment. Vidya and Ritvik, I want to thank you for joining us with the very latest.